worthy. Because of that, you are unleashed. God has unleashed us as we are worthy. With great power comes great responsibility. And you have to prove your worthiness. And you have to believe your worthiness. When you have the inexhaustible belief in yourself, and when you show God what you're capable of and where you're headed into the future, God has unleashed you upon the world. There was a very magnificent design to this. We just recently shared about massive symptoms, massive upgrades and changes. You could really feel a palpable change. These were the finishing touches so that God can unleash you. There was a reason for this, and we are going to discuss it in today's lesson. It has been a long year of refinement. Does that resonate with you? You have been refined. You have been in the fire, the eternal flame, the Holy Spirit fire, and you have been refined in this fire. Impurities have been removed from your energy field, from your everyday life, so that you can move forward. And it has dragged out for such a long time, so that the opposition to you, so that your resistance can be exposed. And now you have no resistance. And now God unleashes you onto the world. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, could you kindly hit the like button? I'm very grateful for that, as it helps so many people find this message. Please share this message today and hit the subscribe button if it resonates with you. We do this every single day. It's a very powerful year, and we're all coming into our place in life, the highest timeline, the highest expression of yourself. You are worthy. As we have been through a long year, recent ascension symptoms have been very rough, and you really took the time to navigate the past year, and you had this bombardment, an accelerated process. It was an accelerated process to get us where we need to be. Elizabeth, thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. I love our Everyday Lives family. Keep going and smile at everyone. It's contagious. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Absolutely. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We're not here waiting on someone else. We are actually taking ownership. We are the superheroes of everyday life. So regardless of your background, regardless of what you did in the first portion of this incarnation, you're utilizing what you learned and you're applying it for what you're doing moving forward this year and the next year and the next decade and the next century. We're going to be here for a long time, kid. God has put the finishing touches on you. Now it's time to be released. You were held back for such a long time. This might resonate with you. You might have been in the holding pattern for such a long time. And you were held back so long so that there cannot be any resistance. There cannot be any resistance to you because people have seen what they needed to see. You have seen what you needed to see. And over the course of our journey through free will, people are able to reassess, recalibrate, change their minds, have the information available to them so that we can move forward. And that's why you were held back for such a long time, so that there cannot be any resistance. They showed their hand, they showed everything. And now all you have to do is be in the vibration of authenticity. Just live as your authentic self. Just live in your truth. That's what the people are looking for right now. So many people are tired of the fake. They're tired of the illusion, and they're getting more and more sensitive to that. Is that you? Is your BS meter like through the roof right now? Like you can't even tolerate it? Like that meme, he's like, you can't even tolerate the BS anymore. And we've all kind of fell for that over the course of time. But as our frequency is rising, okay, we are becoming more fine-tuned so we could pick up on these. Remember, Dr. Bruce Lipton said all animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. So we're all increasing our ability to pick up on vibration and frequency. It's not about the words, it's not about the prestige, but your BS meter is through the roof. Yeah, you could get the starbursts going in the chat. You could raise your hand if you're feeling this like never before. Because it was held back for so long and there's no resistance, you are worthy. And now you are released. You are unleashed. You're like been in a cage, right? You're ready to go. You're ready to go. Ready. And God goes, go, right? So now you're unleashed. You're unleashed for bigger possibilities. Bigger possibilities are coming in this month. Your passion and your drive unlocks these bigger possibilities because people are watching. People are tuned in and they could pick up on authenticity. And as we move forward to this new earth and this new reality, as we're raising the consciousness of the entire collective, what a big responsibility you have, kid. Everything starts to just fall into place. It's flow. It's not forced. In the past, it was so forced. You got to do this, you got to do that, No. You just go by the energy moving forward. You've been through turbulence, a shaking. You've been through this turbulence and shaking for something better later. A lot of people can't do it. You held on while 95% of the world would have let go. You kept holding on. You were like Shawn Michaels in the Royal Rumble. He held on and he pulled himself back in and he won the Royal Rumble. You held on where everyone else, most people, would have let go. And that's what differentiates you. And guess who's watching? Does anyone know who's watching this whole time? A lot of people don't like that in the world. People think that they can hide. You could run, but you can't hide because someone is always watching. Someone is always watching at all times. And now you've proven that you are worthy. God doesn't wait for you to feel ready, but to when you realize you are worthy. Write it down. God does not wait for you to feel ready, but when you realize that you are worthy and you lift the hammer, and then all of a sudden everything falls into place. Remember, we could feel ready and you're not ready. Or maybe you're not ready, but you need to go. So that actually happens both ways. Hit the like button if that resonates with you. Sometimes you're like, oh, I feel ready. I could do this right now. But God's like, you have more to learn. That's why you're really going to have to let leave the ego at the door and realize that there's divine timing and it's God's timing. And God knows you better than you know yourself. If you're new to the channel, I did a full video on that about a week and a half ago. Why don't you check that out? Head over to the channel page. Very powerful messages. It's a very powerful month. God knows you better than you know yourself. He knows when you are ready. And he knows when you're not ready. Because there's more things. Because he could see, right? We could all see from the higher vantage point. Remember when I climbed the mountain, I said you got to have the higher vantage point. You can't see everything on the ground level. But remember when I climbed that mountain and I was looking down at the ocean? Hit that subscribe button. It's a tremendous channel. We go out in nature. We do a lot of things here. But when you're up on top of the mountain and you're looking down and you could see the ships coming from far away, you could see the troops on the ground, you could see everything from a higher vantage point. But when we're in the world, we're living our everyday lives, we don't see it. You got to go up to a higher dimension and then look down, and then you're going to be able to see everything. So that's why God knows better than you a lot of the times. You don't see it at first. It doesn't make sense at first, but then later, it just clicks in. God doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It's when you are worthy. Opposition has been neutralized. Write it down. Opposition has been neutralized. You have been refined, and now you are unleashed. It's a divine process. It's a divine timing. We were all on the threshing floor in the past year. We were all refined by the Holy Spirit fire. If you were refined, you could get the flames going in the chat. That is the eternal flame of the Holy Spirit. Burns forever. It's eternal. The opposition has been neutralized. You have been refined. And now you are unleashed to work and walk in your passion and purpose. You are now unleashed to work and walk in your passion and purpose. It is time to embrace it. It's time to realize that you lead with the heart. When you have shown your worth, practice what you preach, son. Right? It lasts the test of time. When you've shown your work, a heart of resilience, when you have a heart of resilience, you've lasted. It's not about quick fixes. It's not about trying to get ahead. It is authenticity that lasts the test of time. A heart of resilience. You have to have resiliency in order to make it. It is not going to be an easy road. We are all doing this in waves. Dolores Cannon says the waves of volunteers. We come in as waves. There were people that maybe started a little ahead of me. I started maybe a little ahead of some of you, and you will be the next wave for the next wave and the next wave, because this expansion of consciousness cannot be stopped. And it continues over and over and over, and it keeps going over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. So that's why there's nothing really to be fearful of. I think that the more that you let go of thinking that everything's going to happen right now, a lot of people live in that, oh, it's going to happen right now, but maybe it's going to take a while. Maybe it's a process. And, there's a lot of false hope out there. There is the dangling carrot out there. There's that man from the Geico commercial with the little dollar bill on the fishing rod. He's going, ooh, you got to be quicker than that. Some of you remember that one. No, but that's really out there. You could hit the laughing emoji if you understand. That's what they do out there. We need to all take ownership. We have to know who we are. That's the first thing you need to do. The first thing you need to do is actually know who you are. Once you have realized this is who I am, then you're able to move forward. But some people live their lives as an illusion, and they don't know who they truthfully are. But we need to stay focused through all distractions. And some people, they're still going forward and they still don't see the illusions. But time passes, time and time goes by, and then the illusion is revealed. Everything is going to be revealed. Darkness is just the absence of the light. When the light is shined, then you could see. You can't navigate something. It's a little scary, especially if you're the first person going through it. But once the light comes in, everything is illuminated. You have information. Light is information. Right? Light is information. We're getting this information. The darkness is the lack of the information. We can only answer questions with the information available at the time. That's how it works. That's why each and every one of us are going through an ascension process, a process where we expand our consciousness, a process where we're becoming a bigger and better version of ourselves. That's where we're staying focused on. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. There are certain truths that last the test of time. I know we're in an age right now where there's a lot of artists out there, BS artists, as my father says, right? And they like to manipulate things. They like to twist words. They use witchcraft, right? The twisting of words. We learn to spell in school. The words are spells. They're casting spells. Wake up. Smash the like button if you're learning something new today. It's for our everyday lives. It's for all people to improve their lives. And once you have a greater understanding, your life will improve. We're here to improve and get better. You don't fall for the witchcraft. You don't fall for the spells. It's all about authenticity, and that's what lasts the test of time. As you have moved forward, you have actually shaped your destiny. You have shaped your destiny, the seeds that you've planted over the course of time. Your destiny has been fulfilled, and now it is time to embrace it. Lion Teach, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you very much. Really stay focused that you have these abilities. You have the ability to heal yourself. You have the ability to rewrite your subconscious programs. The subconscious programs, maybe you can't do it, and then you just do it anyway, and then you realize that you're rewiring yourself. You're stronger than you ever were before. They're firing and wiring. All those nerves are firing and wiring. We're rewiring ourselves to become a better version of ourselves. Now is the time to embrace it. Once you are worthy, great power comes great responsibility. Then you lift the hammer. Not everyone can lift the hammer. Not everyone can harness the power of God. These are the lessons that we learn. When you're worthy, then you can harness the hammer, and then you could possess the power of a God. That's how it works. It's not just given to everyone. Otherwise, and we've seen that. You know, one of the more powerful things that we've seen, I think we glitched the live stream again. You could hit 555. But I think we've glitched it again. But I'm still here, just talking to myself again. It's very funny how these things work. But when you are moving forward and you realize that you are worthy, all of a sudden there's great change. So we've seen this in the world right now. We could see it with the internet, right? Social media. It's a very powerful thing, and you know, we could see there's a lot of negativity out there. So we want to really block out the negativity and focus on authenticity. We could all write that down in the comments. We want to block out negativity and focus on authenticity. And be strong and be powerful. And not bow down, because you are worthy. And that's a really important thing, where a lot of people, especially empaths, you think you have to be nice all the time, but you have to prove your worth. You are worthy. You're worthy of greatness. And you have to believe it. You have to have the inexhaustible belief in this. You are worthy. You are great. You're not here to just exist and just be nothing. Mark Twain said, if you don't want critics, if you don't want narcissists, do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. That's why the critics, that's why the narcs want you to be nothing. That's why they do all those things. So you create something in your mind. Self-doubt. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe it. We all come against these obstacles. But as we've said today, we are unleashed now. These obstacles, the opposition, the force, the uphill battle, however you want to word it, it's all been removed. And now you can move freely. And we're moving freely to our next destination as each and every one of us embrace the person that we came here to be. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I love each and every one of you. I'm grateful for all of you. Bigger possibilities are on the way. If you have been experiencing massive ascension symptoms in the last few days, I will place a video in the upper left-hand corner for all of you. If you're new to the channel, and it's all on the channel page. A lot of people are feeling a massive shift. It's time to be unleashed. We're expanding outward, so our auric field, our energy field, it's like you feel it. It's like you're going through Heinrich. It's like you're that caterpillar and you're coming out of the cocoon, baby. You're coming out. I know it doesn't feel so great, but that is what you're feeling. If I am expressing what you're feeling, you feel something like this, not that you're literally going to become a butterfly, but you're like that caterpillar and you're trying to get out of the cocoon. You feel really uncomfortable, but once you rip out, you are unleashed out of the cocoon, and now you go. Smash the like button if you are unleashed, if you're ready to go. We're building, we're teaching, we're leading. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you all. We'll be back on tomorrow. Stay focused. We have a very powerful week ahead. You are unleashed.